Hey there Luma, this is the double mock ribbing stitch pattern and I'm Denise from loomahead.com. So happy to bring you this beautiful stretchy stitch pattern that looks amazing in the front and highly textured and beautiful on the reverse side. That makes it the ideal stitch for things like blankets and scarves and anything where you need both sides of the fabric to look really good. As always, I want to give you the heads up that this is a stitch pattern only video, so there's no cast on, no cast off, no border or edge, because those things are determined by the project and not the stitch. Alright, without further ado, let's get to row 1 where we're going to do a knit 2, purl 2, or in other words, a 2x2 rib stitch. The first 3 pegs on this side are my edge and not part of the stitch pattern. We start the stitch pattern right here where the 2 knit stitches go and then the 2 purl stitches. Everywhere I have a marker, I will be doing purl stitches. So let's start with the first 2 knit stitches, and I'm going to put my working yarn over the existing loop, take the bottom over the top, knit off. And I'm going to again take the bottom loop over the top loop and knit off. Those are my 2 knit stitches. And for my purl stitches, I'm going to put the working yarn under the existing loop from the top. I'm going to scoop up and create a new loop, take the existing loop off the peg and put the new one on and pull. Let's do that a little slower in case you've never done a purl stitch. From the top, you're going to scoop up and create a new loop. There's a loop on the peg. You're going to take that loop off the peg and put the new loop on and pull to tighten that loop, and you'll repeat those knit 2 purl 2 for the width of your project. We're going to move on then to row 2 where you're going to purl 2 and then slip 2 with yarn in front. Sounds way more difficult than it actually is. So that first peg is my edge. We're going to start right here where there's a stitch marker, so we're going to do 2 purls and then the slip 2 with yarn in front. So from the top, scoop up, take the old one off, put the new one on and pull, put the yarn under, scoop up, take the old loop off, put the new one on and pull, and then we're going to do the slip 2 with yarn in front. So to do that, put the working yarn under the existing loop, scoop up like if you were doing a purl stitch, but then you're going to do something very different. You're going to take that loop and take it behind the peg and then pull till it drops behind it. And there you see that my working yarn is loose behind the peg. Let's do it one more time. We're going to scoop up like we're creating a purl and we have that new loop. We take it behind the peg and pull till it drops. And that is your slip 2 with yarn in front. You see the yarn is in front of that fabric. Then I'm just going to show you again, because it's a good idea to show you 2 ways. So let's do those 2 purl stitches. We're still doing 2 purl stitches and then 2 slip with yarn in front. So we do the 2 purl stitches, and then I'm going to show you a different way to do this. You can pull the loop off the peg and then take the working yarn and put it behind the peg and then put the loop back on the peg. That's a different way to do it. Lift the loop off the peg, take the working yarn and put it behind the peg and drop it and then put the loop back on. That's one way to do it, but as you can see, it's more cumbersome and I don't like to do it that way. So again, let me show you how I did it before. We're going to do 2 purl stitches following that pattern. So here's my first purl, here's my second purl, and then we're going to do the slip 2 with yarn in front. And for that, we're going to do it the other quicker way. We're going to scoop up as if to create a purl loop, take it to the back and pull till it drops. Again, scoop up, create a loop, take it behind the peg and pull till it drops. That's it. That is your stitch pattern, and look how beautiful. Now this is the flat version. If you want the in the round or you want more information about this project, you can buy the written one, which includes charts and all kinds of stuff. And for that, visit loomahead.store, and don't forget to sign up for the newsletter because you get lots of goodies. All right, guys, watch more videos, and until next time when you come back and loom with me again.